Vaishnavi. I'll be talking about the fiscal stimulus during the coronavirus pandemic and why was that necessary. Due to the unprecedented COVID crisis, the country resorted to lockdown, which had a tremendous impact on the survival of the weaker sections of the country, financial markets, and there was a drop in the consumer demand in an economy with exceptions to some basic amenity industries. The country has to provide fiscal stimulus in order to boost the demand, revive the business confidence, and also to boost the employment and economic activities due to the shutdown. So basically, what is a fiscal stimulus? An attempt by the policymakers of the country to revive the slowing economy through variety of measures by providing government spending increase or cutting down the taxes is basically called fiscal stimulus. Indian fiscal policy was little different from other countries, which was a front-loaded grand stimulus package for the revival. Government of India followed a step-by-step process. The expenditure policy during the 2020-21 year was focused on restructuring and prioritization of expenditure. During the first two quarters of the year, ministries were classified into three categories, A, B, and C. A category provided relief to the public. No expenditure restrictions were put on this category. Category B, which were directly not involved in the pandemic, were allowed to spend 20% of their budget per quarter. Ministries with low priority in the pandemic were in category C, and they were allowed to spend around 15% per year or per quarter of their budget. From third quarter, the ceilings on the spending were relaxed with the ease of movement, and the pace of government spending picked up sharply. The total government expenditure during the months April to November 2020 stood at 62.7% of budget estimate compared to 65.3% in April to November 2019 expenditure. The government of India actually followed a step-by-step process. These were the following things which the government of India has done in the particular month. In the month of March, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan package was introduced, and there was a revenue loss due to tax measures for almost 7,800 crores. And in the month of May, various measures like Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, EPF support for business workers, and liquidity injections for discounts and special credit facility to street vendors, interest subvention for Mudra Shishu loans and food micro enterprises, additional credit through KCC, and additional emergency working capital through NABARD were infused along with some other initiatives. The month of October, again, boost capital expenditure and LTC voucher scheme were also introduced by the government. In the month of November, boost for Atmanirbhar manufacturing, PLI scheme was introduced, and boost for rural employment under Atmanirbhar Bharat was also introduced, along with support for agriculture and fertilizer subsidy. In spite of these measures, the government of India has to see that there was a reduction in the slump of economic activity, due to which the non-debt receipts were reduced. During this period, the non-debt receipts have registered a growth of minus 18% relative to the last year. The gross tax revenue was also seen a reduced with 12.6%. The adverse market conditions arising due to COVID-19 have also negatively impacted the government plans to achieve the target for deinvestment receipts. Before providing any fiscal stimulus, the country has to take certain precautionary measures. It has to see what its current fiscal deficit was. India's current fiscal deficit was around 3.8% of GDP. So it has to thoroughly see that there wasn't much space for massive stimulus required at that point of time. And because aggressive stimulus may result in increase in public gross debt, and a sudden spike in demand due to all these measures may also be inflationary in nature, and also the fear of liquidity trap also exists. Thank you.